Has a target date been set for the end of a classic studio?
Yes.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
Oh, Tom, you little tease. Hello, folks. Welcome back to vidIQ, and you're here because you want to grow your YouTube channel. And in order to do that, you need to know what's happening at YouTube. So we decided to ask them. First and foremost, Tom Leung is the Director of Product Management at YouTube. That means he's one of the top people responsible for many of the things that we use as video creators, such as the upload process, YouTube Analytics, and the mobile application, amongst many more. On top of all of this, Tom is one of the hosts of Creator Insider, the YouTube channel run by YouTube employees that's a fantastic resource for us video creators because they're always releasing news about what tools are coming out and diving deep into the existing tools to help us learn and understand how the YouTube universe works. If you haven't already subscribed to that channel, I recommend you do so now. The link is up here and in the video description, because what you see in this video is just a snippet of what you can get from their channel. Now, as you well know, as a creator, YouTube is going through a huge transition from the Classic Studio to the Beta Studio, which has been going on for almost 2 years now. Some of you love it, some of you hate it, but ultimately we'll all be using it by the end of the year. At least we think so. And that was one of the many questions I put to Tom during our live stream interview. If you want to watch the full live stream, which was about an hour, check out the video link over here. But what I've done is condense that interview down into some of the meatiest topics that are most important to you, so let's take a look. It's now starting to roll out the new, I don't know if we're going to call it the new beta upload flow, but yeah, I was just wondering what you can tell us about that at the moment.
Initially, it'll just be available to, I think right now it's maybe available to like 1% of Studio Beta users. If they click on the uploads from the Studio Beta, well, right now it's a very small percentage. It will then, the next phase will be, maybe 10%. And then at some point it'll be just the like open beta, which means like you can still use the classic upload experience, but if you want to try the new thing, you can. But we're at the early days with the uploads flow. I will say I've been using it, and I'm one of the early brave souls. I feel like it's a much cleaner, more organized flow. And the other thing is that classic uploads flow was built in a very different time for YouTube. Where as an example, now we tell people, hey, you should probably, especially if you're monetizing and you're concerned about, classifiers or anything like that, you should upload as unlisted first and then see how it's going. If anything comes up, try and address it and then flip it to public. But that's not really supported in the classic upload flow. You kind of have to like fight it to make it do that. Yeah. And so what we've said is like, all right, well, so for the new uploads flow, it should represent kind of YouTube as we are and as we envision us going, and it should support these best practices so they're not like little tricks of the trade, but it's just part of how it works.
Is it like a one screen still, or would it be more like a wizard?
It'll probably be more of like a stepped experience, like a wizardy kind of thing. What we're facing is a product development question, which is, okay, do you try and build the singing and dancing, all bells and all whistles uploads, and then let people use it and get rid of the classic upload? Or do you build like a very solid, slightly improved, but very, very kind of just core workflow of the new uploads, and then you add on the integrated editing experience, and then you add on the advanced like pre-flight check experience? And so we've taken the latter approach, which is let's have a really good new uploads flow that does everything that the old one did and maybe a little bit more. And then over time, let's add in these more big ticket items. But the good news is because the new uploads flow is built on the new tech stack, it will allow us to add those things way faster. And that old uploads flow, we wouldn't be able to do any of that stuff.
A/B thumbnail testing, is it happening and when?
Short answer is it is in active exploration, but the caveat is a lot of things are in active exploration, and so, maybe only a third of those things make it to broad production. But I personally would love to see it.
Impressions and click-through rate. Is it coming to the mobile app?
We have been very focused on making the studio beta as good as we can. That's the same organization that also is responsible for the mobile app.
Yeah.
I do anticipate that towards the end of this year, you'll start to see us be able to spend more of our resources on the mobile app, and certainly next year. I think it's only a matter of time before impressions and that kind of stuff comes to mobile. It's just a question of when.
Will there ever be a way to insert cards and end screens in the mobile app?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't rule it out. I would also say that when it comes to the mobile app, I think we're going to prioritize things that we imagine creators have to do on the go. And you could argue like, hey, maybe they would add end screens on the go, but they would definitely want to check their analytics on the go. They would most likely want to maybe engage more productively with comments on the go. And they may also want to be alerted and know about any issues with their channel on the go. And I would probably prioritize those types of things before mobile end screen insertion.
One here about comments. Why can't we simply, with one click, delete all comments held for a review? So I think that's almost like trying to remove spam and everything in one click.
I have asked for the same exact feature because on Creator Insider, there's so many, and you just scan it and you're like, yeah, there's no way I don't want to approve these, but I don't want to manually click through. Like, it's very annoying. So I think that will happen. The challenge there is that the team that owns comments, like, they have a lot of other stuff going on. They want to improve the viewer experience for comments. They want to improve the quality of the spam filter. They want to make it more easy for people to find kind of relevant comments. So, but I agree with you. That would be a great feature, and it does align with one of the Studio Beta's missions, which is to really make your very common critical, what we call critical user journeys, as easy as possible.
Some people say that there's not a unified experience for comments, so people are asking of a way to put all of these comments in one place to better manage them.
I will tell you this, that the same organization that would do the comment unification is also the one that would do the clear all experience, and also the one that's doing, like, what if you wanted to, some people have said, hey, how come I can't filter all my comments by my subscribers so I can reply to the subscribers, or my oldest subscribers, or my best subscribers? Same team. So quick answer is yes, I think a unified comment experience would be great. I would agree, and we've talked about that.
A kind of like a viewer profile. So it might be showing, we can see a list of who's subscribed to the channel. That's pretty much a new tool on the widget. But maybe showing how many videos they've watched on the channel, how many comments they've posted on the channel.
Really cool idea. There's not a simple answer on this one because it's not clear that the viewer would be comfortable with the creator seeing that about them.
Okay, yeah.
So you'd have to make sure that the viewer is giving permission for us to share that. Or maybe we couldn't say this subscriber watched 6 times, but we could say, oh, out of all of your subscribers, this percentage are, watching every upload you have, and then this percentage is like kind of casual. But like when it comes down to the individual viewer, I think we were really careful about protecting their privacy and the trust that they have in YouTube, because in the long run, like that's good for creators too.
Has a target date been set for the end of a classic studio?
Yes, but it really depends on the performance of the studio beta. When we reach that, let's say out of 1 to 10, let's say we're at a 7, like maybe when we get to an 8, I think it will be time to kind of say, okay, let's make the leap. I would be surprised if people were using Classic as their default experience by the end of this year. I don't think they will be. Maybe parts of it will still be accessible through Studio Beta if there's things that we're still working on. Anyone who's spending time learning Classic, I don't think that's a good use of time.
Yeah. Often when you do decommission tools, you will give like a banner warning. And I assume you're going to do that the same with the Creator Studios.
We've been putting all kinds of notifications that, hey, Classic will be going away. I think you'll see us kind of dial it up a little bit every month. The big milestone will be when we remove the escape hatch from Studio Beta into Classic. And we will definitely be very clear when that is going away. That's not going to happen in the next couple of months for sure. But it will happen. And I would not be surprised if it happens, towards the end of this year.
Well, wasn't that all really interesting? I assume if you're still watching, you felt the same. Let us know in the comments below by saying #I'mStillWatching and what you found most fascinating about that quick insight into Tom's work on YouTube. I think the most interesting points that I got from the interview is that the Classic Studio, as good as it has been, is on its last technological legs. Even if YouTube wanted to introduce new features, that technology just cannot support it. Yes, there is going to be a difficult transition period, but to be fair to YouTube, they've given us now about a year's crossover time, and I think that's a fair amount for us video creators. The Mobile Creator Studio app, on the other hand, has taken a bit of a beating because the same team works on both. So if you want any more mobile apps, you may have to wait until the new studio is fit and ready. And now that Tom works on his own YouTube channel, he can appreciate some of the creative struggles that we have, such as with the spam comments. Folks, even if you don't want to, start using the Creator Studio. There are some fantastic analytics on there, and I think the channel management is improving now that the upload workflow is available to some creators like us. If you don't do it now, in 6 months you're going to have that same experience you find on Twitter and Facebook, where suddenly everything changes and you're trying to adapt for the next couple of weeks, and then you can't even remember what the old layout looks like. Also, I just want to give huge props to Tom, who came onto vidIQ for this interview and for YouTube in general, for making a very concerted effort to improve their communication. There is still work to be done, but I think Tom and the Creator Insider team are a highlight of their attempts to do that. As I said at the top of this video, this is just a snippet of the interview I did with Tom. The full interview is over here. And for more beginners guides on the new Creator Studio, we've got a big playlist down there. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your video making day.